What's up, friends of the good moon? This is Manni and welcome to the brand new light version of Ember, the Blaze. 4 times Mark II level 12 max on the Blitz robot, a viewer request of you guys. And as you see, the stats right here are so that the Ember does exactly twice as much damage as the new Blaze weapon. So this is basically equivalent to 2 Embers on the Blitz. So let's go and have some fun on free fall and test this bad boy in action. And I showed also the stats because also that was a request that you guys had. You wanted to see the stats of the new maxed weapons before we jump into the battle. So there we go. Alright, so spawning here on Valley, first spawn location, and then of course going to try and steal as many kills as I can. I didn't get this one, and you see it's already, you're gonna see very soon what's the problem with this weapon, the aiming, right? Not only do you have to aim the exact enemy location, but also you have to lead the target, and when it's a fast robot running in circles, you're gonna find yourself unaware or unable to really hit him very reliably, because you don't know where he is going to be in 3 seconds when he's constantly making movement changes, you know what I mean? So it's very crazy. This weapon is a bit of a weird thing because it also has less splash damage than the Ember has. And that's something you have to know. The Ember is very reliable on that. Even if you don't hit perfectly, the Ember will still hit. The Blaze has a smaller or more narrow beam of fire, basically, or stream of fire, rather, that has a less splash radius, and you're gonna have to be much more precise with your shooting. You see, and you will see in this situation that there is, in fact, a little splash radius, and you see also what happens when 4 Blaze maxed out hit at the exact same time. That's a lot of damage output, right? And you also saw there was a bit of a splash radius going on, so you don't have to be perfect, but you have to be a lot more precise than Ember is at firing. And that's something you need to keep in mind when considering Ember or Blaze to Ember, okay? And here, unfortunately, this guy just triggered my last stand, so I didn't really have much from this last stand. So I had to now use my ability to attack with it to get the shield up, right? And then he jumps away, and some other dude comes around the corner and snacks me. But we've gotten 7 kills with just 1 Ember. No, sorry. See, there it is. With just 1 Blaze Blitz. Blaze Blitz. And yes, you guys asked, where's the model? Oh, by the way, this is one of the things you can do as well. Here, this pre-firing, this corner shooting, however you want to call it, where you run the corner counterwise, and you just send the flames along, and you make sure the guy collects all the flame damage, while he has no line of sight to you and can't even shoot you back, right? Very popular way of handling these weapons. And something you're gonna see a lot when this weapon is being used, and they will run away from you and make you run into the flames. So try not to, get caught by that. But yeah, so one thing you guys asked as well is, like, with the Marquez video, or Marquis, whatever you pronounce it right? Where's the dragon version of it, right? I don't know. I haven't gotten a dragon version. I got the normal version right here. And that's something you guys need to tell me. Is the dragon version a separate weapon? Does it count as a separate weapon? Or is it maybe so if you equip it to a dragon robot, it becomes a dragon weapon? But that's not the case, because we already saw it on the chin. On the out chin, no, yes, chin, that's right. We saw it on the out chin, and it still wasn't the dragon skin. So how do you get the freaking dragon skin on those weapons? I don't know. I don't have it in dragon version. I have it in a normal version, obviously here. And to me personally, it doesn't make much of a difference. It might be a little bit of a style difference, but it's okay. Well, look what we can do with this Lancelot. Oh my gosh! This was a full Lancelot right there, probably highly leveled, and he just got snacked instantly because his Ansel shield doesn't protect him, his physical shields don't protect him because this is flame damage that goes through both types of shields. The only way to protect you from this kind of damage is Absorber shield from the Pantheon robot, or the Aegis shield on Bulwark, Blitz robot, for example, and so on, right? This is the only way to protect yourself from the flames. And of course, jumping. And that brings me to another point. Jumping is very effective against these flames. It gets to the point where you can't even damage anybody who is jumping. Even a Griffin will be able to kill your Blitz robot because the jump... First off, all the fire you send along is now wasted the moment he jumps. So it flies, and he's no longer there. That's the first problem. So 2 seconds of firing are already made worthless. Then he's in the air. You have to aim ahead of him and shoot. For a few seconds, you will be able to hit him because he's flying in a straight line, jumping up in a straight line that you can pre-aim. For a few seconds, you'll be able to hit him. But then he takes down the descent. He goes down again, and that's the thing you can't pre-aim. You cannot pre-aim up and down. You can only pre-aim left and right, you know? So, also a hover, flying up and down and up and down. You're basically unable to do anything damage to him at all. And this was weird here. At the end of this free-for-all match, this Hize here decided not to attack me anymore. He decided to just walk around and just shoot into nowhere. And I was like, hey man, if you're cool, I'm cool. So let's just walk together a little bit. And I was like, hey, let's heat up this little thing right there. Let's heat it up and make it really hot and steaming crazy. And then he just crossed the beam and got himself killed. What the heck? And I was like, hey, who did that? Who was that? Hey dude, are you okay, buddy? Come on. And I tap him a little bit. Hey, are you okay, man? Hey. So yeah, that was the first round free-for-all. We're gonna have a lot more where that came from. 2 million damage, 17 kills, and 153 fist points to still bring up bots, right? So here we started. A little bit late I activated my ability, but I suppressed his weapons and I brought up my shield. Now, I keep pushing him because so far I still had the shield, right? Even if you didn't manage to suppress the enemy, or even if the suppression has already worn off, there is still for you a really good reason to keep pushing him as long as you have your shield, because A, you still have the speed boost on the blitz, and B, you still have the shield going. So all the reason you need to take him out. So this, I'm not sure if this Mercury had already used a stealth jump or if he just didn't expect to die in 2 seconds, but he did not have another stealth. This guy right here already used it before, so I knew I could just kill him. And that's the thing, the Blitz robot can kill lossless enemies without taking 1 point of damage. If you manage to suppress first and then fire at them, you bring up the shield and their suppressed weapons won't even get through your shield and they're dead, right? So you have taken out an enemy without taking 1 HP of damage, something that very few robots are able to do. And that shield comes up every time you activate the ability full, so no need to regenerate either, right? So, yeah, let's keep going. You see, I'm gonna show you now how the bulwark gets absolutely flattened by this. Look at this. Do you see this? First we brought down the Aegis shield and then we bring down the full bulwark, all within like 5 seconds of firing. Isn't that insane? That's absolutely brutal, isn't it? Imagine that's a bulwark. Getting through the Aegis shield is already a major task for most weapons, right? Except maybe shotguns and stuff. But normally weapons like a Scourge or Spark, they take a long time to get through that shield. The Ember like zip, and there goes the shield. And then usually after that, the robot is the next big task to bring down. And the Ember is like, oh, what do I care? And you have 2 HP bars going down, and the bulwark is gone. That's 4 times Blaze for you, ladies and gentlemen, maxed out. Once again, here I made use of the shielding to run around, force this guy into an early stealth jump, use my shield that was still going up, and the mobility to get back and cover. And now he's without stealth jump anymore, and no longer to be a big threat. And if he follows me in the flames, then obviously I'm gonna be able to, without any big losses, take him down. In this case, unable to follow up on it because, yeah, too many guys focusing me from too many directions. One guy killing my steal, no, stealing my kill, that's how you say it. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this was going to become a meme at this point, because I keep making that mistake over and over. Oh, I'm killing my steal. He was killing my steal. How dare you, sir? Alright, so, what do you think of the Blaze, ladies and gentlemen? Is it a worthwhile weapon? Do you think it's a really good one? Would you like to have the Blaze? Or do you think, yeah, it's cool, it's good, but it's, you know, with the pre-aim and it takes so long to hit and all that. I think I'd rather stick with my halos and lock the enemy down and do some super good damage at short range. Although, of course, keep in mind, 350 meters is the range you have here, and you're going to deal the full damage you have with your Ember and also the Blaze. Even at 350 meters, it doesn't really make much of a difference how far away you are as long as you hit, you know? So, it's a question where I really like to hear what you guys think. So I'm gonna make I'm gonna make a vote for you guys and with you guys here. In the upper right corner is a vote for you. Click on it, please, and just tap whichever decision you want. Is it you like the Ember? Would you like the Blaze? Do you like to have it on a Blitz robot, or would you rather keep the Halo on it? because Halo, excuse me, has 500 meters range, and it's absolutely crazy how much damage 4 maxed Halos, by the way, can do. So often I have gotten myself killed against a Halo Blitz robot, even at 400 meters range, and he just takes my Spectre down in like 6-7 seconds, and I had full HP, and that's at 400-500 meters with a shotgun. They do a lot of damage as well, and they lock down. So what do you think, guys? Use that vote and tell me if you would have like to have rather a Blaze Blitz or a Halo Blitz. I think this is a good question to ask. So here, taking down this pursuer losslessly again, because he was suppressed. And of course, Quantum Radar module, always a very valid combo against many things. So here, you see he jumps away, and immediately I lose all the firepower I've sent along instantly. By the way, I made the video louder now, the gameplay. At first, I had no sound on it. Maybe let's hear how it sounds like. I'm activating my ability just so I can get to the Griffin faster. Yeah, it's like... That's a sound effect. So I just wanted to make sure you guys hear how it sounds. And yeah, I like the stream of fire. I think it looks very mighty, as you see right here. And it's a very suppressive ability. If you see these flames coming around the corner, the last thing you want to do is run into those. And that's really something that if you're being pressured, just send these flames at the corner. The guy who's there, he won't run out. He will not. He rather stays there and waits for the flames to stop before he makes his move, because it has such a psychological component to it. You don't want to run into those flames. And I can perfectly understand why, with the damage you suffer when you do, right? Alright, by the way, this was recorded before, I'm not live playing this. I recorded this a few hours ago and a day ago and such. I cut it together, and now I'm making my commentary over it. That's why my hands are free. In case you guys are wondering how in the world it's possible that my bot is controlling itself so well. Yep, that's because of that. Now, I get myself whooped right here because this guy over there, the Inquisitor, takes down my shield, and that was the problem. My shield the Inquisitor was not suppressed with his weapons, so he did the full damage, and he brought down my shield in 2 or 3 shotgun blasts. And then I had no shield against the Orkan Spectre then anymore. Oh well, let's see what we can do with this guy. Suppress his weapons, bring up my shield, and without taking even 1 point of damage, not even losing more than 15% of the shield, I got this dude. So crazy, crazy, crazy. In this case, I decide not to use the ability right here, because I know my last stand will help me here for a few seconds. And that will be one thing. And imagine somebody else attacks me right after, then I will definitely need the ability again. Okay, and here's the example. See, all right, this is a good example of a jumping robot. I'm going to use my Quantum Radar module, so his stealth isn't an issue. It's like a Griffin jumping now, okay? I suppress his weapons, I fire at him, and the moment he starts, all the flames I have sent along that would do a lot of damage now are not going to. Everything is wasted. I pre-aim and I hit him for a few seconds in the air, and then he descends down to the ground again, which makes everything miss yet again. And I've only had like a 1 second of time window to deal actual damage to him. That's enough to take down a robot that has 5%, but everything below that, or above that, sorry, will not die, right? You won't be able to kill it in time. And that's just something you need to keep in mind when thinking about the efficiency of Blaze and Ember. That's a weakness they both share altogether. Are we gonna make it here? Yes, we are. Okay, the last piece of flame damage came in just in time to whoop the dude. And here is a Griffin. See how much damage? He seems to be AFK. But you see how quickly you kill these things. It's just, the damage output is crazy. It's really, you can kill a full Leo, I think fully maxed with these 4 weapons, and just send once, like, before they empty, the Leo is dead, I think. Right? I haven't tested it now per se against the max Leo, but I would assume you're going to have that much damage in your weapons. So, suppressing him, I didn't have the ability ready, but the last stand here helped again, allowing me to survive it. Of course, without last stand, I would have absolutely died right here, and this guy would have won. So here I'm basically able to force him into an early stealth jump because I outranged the Orkans. That's certainly very helpful. And then he lands down, I suppress his weapons, bring up the shield, and you see, even though Orc Inspector, very damaging, barely gets half down the shield, and then it's destroyed already. Yep, that's how it is. Uh-oh, wait a minute, where did this guy come from? Wow, he really sneaked up on me like crazy there. I got his weapon suppressed, firing on him, knowing he will be left jumping backwards immediately now. And now, unfortunately, my shield has ended, and he hasn't even fired at that time. But I was able to run close enough up to him to get him now. Being attacked from the right, but thankfully, once again, Last Stand helped out and allowed me to not die from the second guy too soon. The first one would have died no matter what, but the second one would have certainly gotten me before I would have killed the first one then, I think. So yeah, once again here, preventing enemies to come around the corner, just send your flames, and that's it. That's all they're gonna do. Alright, so guys, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, you like the news logs, the reviews, and I don't know, the commentary, hopefully, right? I'm always hopeful that this part is also something you guys like to hear, and it's not only the gameplay. Then also please consider subscribing if you haven't done it yet. Then you're gonna see tests like this, for example, a relatively well-leveled Falcon. I can't say for sure, I would say maybe around level 10, 11, Mark 1. Maybe 12 even, Mark 1. Probably not Mark 2 though. But it gets a lot of damage. You see that? Oh! What the heck? I didn't remember that when I recorded the gameplay, that this guy jumped on my head like this. Holy moly. Alright, suppress his weapons. A little bit late, but better than never. And then I run out of firepower of juice on my weapon, and he's left with 0 health and gets snacked by the other dude from behind. And getting a kill here, I was hoping to get both of them, because they were standing so close together that I would double splash them, but unable to get both of them. But better than 0, right? This guy comes out of stealth, gets attacked by the Orc Inspector for a second, and then the Orc Inspector loses line of sight, which allows me to get the guy super easily. And that is it. Now, Orc Inspector probably trying to jump on me, or whatever. Is it an Orc Inspector even? I think it is. I will need my Quantum Radar module. There it is. And, got it. Nice. So Lomba's coming in with some additional damage, but only getting my shield down, thankfully. Am I gonna get the Spectre here? Let's see. Boom, got this guy, and then I'm even able to hit the Pursuer without Quantum Radar module in his stealth and make a nice stealth denial right here. Then having the Last Stand module up here, grilling this Spectre for a few seconds, and getting another Godlike. Once again, the last kill was because of Last Stand. I wouldn't have been able to get that Spectre without Last Stand, but we've gotten to a Godlike even without it. So, crazy, right? Very strong, these Blaze weapons here. But of course, with the time it takes for the flames to arrive, you have quite a disadvantage sometimes. So it seems like here I'm actually killing the Mercury first, and then I run out of firepower because the enemy also has max level Last Stand. More and more enemies have that now. It's crazy. Like, you see this so often in the high-end Champions League now, that people have the level 6 Last Stand, 4.5 seconds of immunity, and yeah, that's really crazy. That turns the tide of the matches completely, at least for one battle. It usually only lasts for one battle for you, but still, it's one battle that you win that you would otherwise not be able to win, you know? That you would, you could even say that a battle that you deserved to lose, maybe, right? But it's not happening because of Last Stand. I wish it would go only for a second or 1.5 tops. That would already be problematic enough, because the killing blow would not kill, you know? That's a big part of it. But 4.5 seconds, that's not only the killing blow that doesn't kill, that's basically the killing blow plus everything you've got until you're empty that doesn't kill you. And then you're empty and you get killed. Oh, man. Alright, so, Ember Blaze, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to vote, right? And I'm positively surprised by the Blaze and see how much damage it does. I like that it fires a little bit different than the actual Ember, that it has a slightly changed stats to it. The Ember being the better weapon because it also offers a bigger splash radius, and I like that, right? I find this better than just copy-pasting the Ember into a smaller, weaker version. No, they really sat down, created completely different visuals, and made the stats also completely different on it. I know this Mercury is going to jump. I'm activating Quantum Radar module in advance, suppressing him when he's already in the air, which means even his explosion won't really deal any real damage to me. And then I snack him afterwards. And a Pursuer comes around the corner, gets also destroyed. Boom, triple kill. Now, can we release this guy's stealth jump just by showing ourselves for a sec? Yup, it worked. I was hoping he would stealth jump just because the first flame hits him, and it worked. Now, we still have the last stand that was not yet used, so we're still having one battle remaining that we will be able to win because of last stand. And I'm trying not to make it this one. I'm trying to suppress his weapons, bring up the shield, and kill him without using last stand right here. See that? Boom. Still having more than 49,000 HP. And then next situation, I think, I don't know what happened there. I skipped ahead to the next action sequence. Maybe it was too much time that passes until I had the next battle, and so I decided to skip ahead. But yeah, so full Blaze thing again. And the reason, by the way, I'm running the Blaze Blitz in free-for-all right now is because it allows me to bring the robot back, you know? I can easier record nice gameplay on free-for-all because you can just respawn with your robot and just get the thing back, right? On Beacon Rush or Domination or Team Deathmatch, you only have the robot once, so every battle will only allow you to record, as a YouTuber, a small part of a video, basically, you know? Unless you somehow stay alive for the entire match. With a 350-meter range brawler, not so easy to do. And free-for-all, I can just knock myself out and play as much as I want. Here's a cool battle, a full Ares with last stand against my very low HP Blaze Blitz. I had my last stand still, so that part was still there, and thanks to that, I was able to also survive long enough to take him down, trigger his last stand, and since he had a lower level last stand, I was able to get him destroyed. Here, another battle where I'm full. This time, we're having a different outcome because I'm letting him run into the flames, and that makes him use his ability early on without wanting it. And now I know he's invincible, so I can focus on everybody else. Now I walk into his shield, finish him off, and then finish off the Mercury, while his last stand only did a bit of damage. No, his explosion because of last stand. Now we got it. So, it was good that I could walk into his shield. He wanted to get me so bad that he walked towards me, and that allowed me to walk into him and get him destroyed from within the shield, right? Without him allowing to actually use the built-in weapons that the robot has. You still can lose against the Mercury, especially due to losing the lock-on, but overall you see most of these battles are rather successful. As a Blaze does the right amount of damage, but keep in mind one thing, guys, you need perfect aiming. And I'm not even talking about perfect aiming per se, just firing on the guy, but also in addition to that, knowing where he will be in 2 seconds when your flames arrive. That's even more than just having good aim. That's good aim plus good intuition and knowing where he's going to dash or run or whatever, you know? So, it's not as easy to use as a Scourge Spark or even as Tyrant's is, but it is very effective, especially against a Bulwark, a Lancelot, and stuff like that, right? Things that are otherwise a little bit tricky to take down, right? Alright, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to vote and leave a like and comment down below. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe, as brutal as a man can hit for more. Thanks for being with me. You guys are awesome as always. Manni-Gaming signing out. Bye-bye.